A very good day and a warm welcome once again to today's session. We shall be discussing on the topic of tequila, a famous alcoholic beverage that is enjoyed the world over as shots or in cocktails. So we shall be discussing today on tequila. A bit about myself, Sheetal Gupta, an assistant professor at the AISSMS College of Hotel Management and Catering Technology based in Pune. My email address is mentioned here. For any queries you might have, kindly do contact me on my email. So let us begin today on tequila. If you notice this picture, you will see tequila in an ounce shot glass, which has been rimmed or frosted with salt and lime juice. Tequila is traditionally served with a lick of salt and a squeeze of lime. Let us start on tequila. At the foremost, let us discuss what is tequila. Tequila is a distilled spirit made from the agave tequilana Weber blue plant, or the blue agave. It is produced only in 5 areas of Mexico: Jalisco, where 99% is made and is home to the town of Tequila, as well as Guanajuato, Michoacán, Tamaulipas, and Nayarit. These are known as the Denomination of Origin Tequila, or DOT, and recognized more than in 40 countries. There are 166 different species of the blue agave plant, 125 out of which can be found basically in Mexico. But it is the blue Weber plant, named after the German botanist who first classified the species in 1905 due to the slight blue hue of his green foliage, which is used to make tequila. These plants are particularly suited to the silicate-rich red volcanic soils in the region around the city of Tequila, with more than 300 million plants harvested there every year. Let us discuss the main 3 types of tequilas. You have the Blanco, or the white, Joven, or the young, and the Reposado, or the rested. The Blanco, or the white, or Plata, silver, is bottled directly after distillation in stainless steel or neutral oak barrels to allow oxidation for up to 2 months. These have a bold taste and work well in cocktails. The Joven or the Oro Gold are blends of the unaged and aged tequilas, but more commonly unaged tequilas produced the same way as Blancos, but given a golden hue by the addition of coloring agents. The Reposado or the rested must be aged in the oak barrels or vats called the piponas for a minimum of 2 months and a maximum of 12 months. These are best for making mixed drinks and cocktails and sipping as drinks. The other varieties of tequila to be mentioned here are the Añejo. The Añejo is aged in oak casks with a maximum capacity of 600 liters for at least 1 year, or between 1 to 3 years. These have a toasty vanilla and citrus flavor. The extra Añejo must be aged for at least 3 years in oak barrels with a maximum capacity of 600 liters. These have more of a smoky flavor and can be compared to the French cognacs with a similar price tag. The Curados, a new category launched in 2006, are tequilas which are flavored with natural ingredients such as lemons, oranges, strawberries, pineapples, and pears. A minimum 25% agave spirit must be used with 75% of the fermentable sugar, with addition of sweeteners, coloring and flavoring agents, which go up to 75 ml per liter. Let us now discuss about the serving of tequila. As I mentioned to you earlier, tequila is traditionally served with salt and a squeeze of lime in a shot glass or a 1 ounce glass. Whereas in Mexico, the traditional way to drink tequila is neat and at room temperature without any salt or fruit slices. In some regions, it is popular to drink equal-sized shots of tequila and sangrita. Sangrita meaning a little blood in Spanish. Why? Because it gets the color from deep orange juice, lime juice and pomegranate juice and hot chili sauce. These are sipped alternately without any salt or lime in Mexico. When served neat, tequila must often come in a narrow 2 ounce shot glass, which is called a cabalito or a little horse in Mexico. Pretty interesting. A few famous tequila cocktails, the margarita and the frozen variety of the margarita, the tequila sunrise, the tequila paloma, tequila martini, the matador and the tequila slammer are all famous cocktails around the globe which use tequila as its base. One must also mention the famous tequila brands, which are Jose Cuervo, Souza, Patron, Oco, Casamigos, Hornitos, El Gemedor, Don Julio, Olmeca Altos, Cabo Wabo, Pepe Lopez, and the Herradura. These are famous brands of tequila. Let us now watch a short video on the production and details of tequila. Kindly pay attention to the video of tequila.
Tequila development process. The tequila production process takes between 7 and 9 years and begins with the planting of Tequilana Weber brew variety agave, which is the raw material used for the preparation of the beverage. To be used in the manufacture of tequila, agave must be grown within the geographical area bounded by the General Declaration of Designation of Origin and must be registered at the Tequila Regulatory Council. The average time required for the plant to reach maturity is 7 years, after which the maximum accumulation of carbohydrates in the plant is reached. Once the development is reached, the harvest, or hima, is done. Hima is the action of separating the unusable parts of the agave leaves or stalks. The result of this operation is to obtain the head of the agave, formed by the stem and the basal part of the leaves or stalks. This is where the carbohydrates used for the manufacture of tequila are stored. The tool used in the agave hima is the koa. Hydrolysis. Take into consideration that the principal carbohydrate contained in agave is inulin and that this compound is not capable of being fermented by the yeast, it is necessary to conduct the hydrolysis of inulin to obtain simple sugars. This is mainly a thermal process. It is noteworthy that in addition of the hydrolysis of inulin, at this stage, many of the compounds that determine the organoleptic profile of the final product are formed. The hydrolysis is carried out in masonry ovens or autoclaves, and in both cases, steam is used at a temperature between 100 and 110 degrees Celsius. Extraction. Following hydrolysis, the sugars in the agave hearts should be separated from the fiber. This extraction is commonly performed with a combination of gear roller mills. There are still exceptional cases where the extraction of sugars is made in taunas. The extracted agave juices are sent to the fermentation baths, where yeast is added and the right temperature to start the fermentation is set. Fermentation. In this stage, the sugars present in the must are transformed by the action of yeast in ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide. In this step, Other compounds that contribute to the sensory characteristics of tequila are also formed. Critical factors to control at this stage are temperature, pH, and nutrients, controlling temperature and pH as well as controlling the contamination by natural means. Distillation, after the fermentation phase, mosts are carried off to the process of separating the constituents of the must. The distillation is usually performed in stills and consists in two phases. The product obtained from the first cycle is commonly known as ordinary. At this stage, the undesirable components are removed, yeast solids, some secondary alcohols such as methanol, and a group of compounds known as higher alcohols and water. Ordinary obtained is subjected to a second cycle or rectification, finally getting tequila. The tequila obtained can have multiple destinations, such as packaging as white tequila, its abushment and package as young, or tequila can be sent to maturity to obtain reposado, añejo, or extra-aged tequila. Maturation. Reposado tequila should age into direct contact with the wood of oak containers for at least 2 months. For aged tequila, the aging process should last at least 1 year in direct contact with the wood of oak containers, with a maximum capacity of 600 liters. For extra añejo tequila, aging process should last at least 3 years in direct contact with the wood of oak containers, with a maximum capacity of 600 liters. Critical factors on the aging stage are temperature, relative humidity, initial alcohol content of tequila, time and number of cycle of the barrels. These factors may influence the color, aroma, and final flavor of tequila. Changes during the ripening of tequila are mainly caused by a decrease of higher alcohols, which are absorbed by the carbon of the barrels, smoking the final product. Extraction of the wood tannins themselves can provide color and distinctive aroma. Reaction between some components of tequila resulting in new, and oxidation of the original components of tequila and those extracted from wood. Tequila packaging. Prior to packaging, tequila is diluted to commercial alcohol content, and for that, distilled water is used. Tequila is subsequently filtered to remove any foreign particles. Tequila is packed in a new sanitary container. The capacity of each package must not exceed 5 liters, with an alcohol content between 35 and 55% alcohol volume. Labeling. Each package must bear a legible label containing the following information, which must be truthful and not mislead the consumer as to the nature and characteristics of tequila. The word tequila. Category and class to which it belongs. Net content expressed in liters or milliliters. The alcohol content expressed in percent of alcohol by volume at 20 degrees Celsius. Name and address of the authorized producer or factory where tequila is produced. Name of the registered trademark. The Made in Mexico, Product of Mexico, or similar. NOM officer or password. Lot. Each package must be embossed and marked, identifying the lot to which it belongs with a code, the warning statements set forth in health legislation, and any other information required by other applicable liquor laws. To export tequila, tequila must hold the word, category, class, make, official mark, the legend Made in Mexico, and batch number in addition to the requirements of each country importer. Notwithstanding the requirements to be met by the manufacturer to ensure the authenticity, it is necessary prior to marketing that tequila meets the specifications mentioned in the physico-chemical on Tequila NOM. Finally, we must clarify that the entire development process is overseen by the Tequila Regulatory Council, who ensures compliance with standard of tequila and, where appropriate, grants licenses for the commercialization of tequila.
Well, I do hope that you enjoyed the detailed video of tequila production. It's pretty interesting. I hope you enjoyed the video. A mention here for the reference books for the presentation: F&B Service by Lily Crapp and Cousins. The YouTube video courtesy is by Consejo Regulador del Tequila for Mexico. I end my presentation now by a vote of thanks to all of you who have tuned in to this video and learned something new about the famous drink tequila, which is enjoyed the world over. Cheers.